Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this Christmas bauble. In the next tutorials we'll be making Christmas presents, Christmas trees and Christmas lights, and then we'll be putting them all together to create this animation. Now you can download this Blender file from my site, so stick around to the end and I'll show you how. Let's get into it. So here we are inside of Blender. We don't need the default cube. I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to go and hit Shift A, and we need a mesh UV sphere, that one there. I'm going to zoom into it. I'm going to hit Tab on the keyboard to go into the edit mode. Everything's selected. If it wasn't, what you could do is just hit A like that and everything's selected. I'm going to right click and hit Subdivide like that. And then I'm going to go back into the object mode by hitting Tab again. And then I'm going to right click on it and hit Shade Smooth. Right, we now need to edit the top of that, so I'm going to go back into edit mode. I'm going to go to the top view like that. Click outside of it to deselect everything. Now we need to be in faces mode, which is this one here. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to select those like that. Hold the Shift key and then hit delete. We're going to delete faces. Now, if I move our widget up here, you'll see we've got a nice big hole in our bauble. Need it to be a bit bigger though, so what I'm going to do is come in. Now, if I select these like this, watch what happens. I'm actually selecting ones at the bottom as well, which is not good. So click outside, go to 7. I'm going to show you a little trick here. So what you need to do is hover over a face like here, hold the Alt key, then left click, and it will select that ring like that. And you can hit delete, faces only. We now need to go into edge mode, which is this one here. Now, if I click an edge, it's only selected that one there, and I need the whole circle. So the way you do that is same thing again. And what we're going to do is zoom in. We're going to hold the Alt key, and then we're going to click an edge like just here. And look at that, it's created it for us. We're going to go to the front view. Now we need to extrude it. The shortcut is E. There is also this over here on the toolbar. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to hit E and then Z, and then it won't allow me to go off at any sides. It'll only allow me to extrude up or down. So I'm going to go up to about there like that. And then what I'm going to do is going to come across to the right. I'm going to add, see this one here that says loop cut. I'm going to select that, come over and add that like that. I'm going to bring that up to about there like that. Now the only problem that we've got now is if I rotate it, we've got a big hole like there and we don't want that. And that's an easy fix. What we do is go to the front view like that. Make sure you deselect your loop cut there. Go to the vertex one, which is this one here. I'm going to select all of these here. Make sure you've got them all selected. See there, I forgot to put on X-ray. So come up, click on X-ray like that. Go to the one view and reselect them, and there we are, they're all selected. Now what you need to do is hit F on your keyboard and it's created a face for us. I'm going to go back to face view, which is this one here. Right, so if I wanted to make this bigger here, what I can do is I can select these faces like that. If I scale them, you'll see that the bottom of the sphere is not looking right. You see that? And that's because we need another loop cut. So I'm going to hit Control Z, go to the front view, make sure we're in edge selection here, go down. I'm going to click an edge loop there and bring another one up just like that. Now when I go back into face view and select those and scale it, it does it properly. How cool is that? Right, what we'll do is we'll add some textures now. So I'm going to hold the Shift key because those are already selected, and I'm going to select these faces just here. I'm going to come across to the right and see at the bottom here where it says material, click on that, and we're going to create new material and click new here as well. And we're going to call this top. We're going to go down and give it a grayish color, somewhere like that, and then we're going to hit assign like that. Now to select everything else, we can do a quick trick, and that is to come up to here and hit select and invert. So it's now inverted out, so everything else is selected. We're going to come across to the right again, hit on the plus sign, create a new one, and then we'll call this bauble. Change its color, let's make it red, and then remember to hit assign. Now when we go back into the object mode, we're in wireframe, so let's just turn off X-ray, and then let's turn on texture like that. Look at that, how cool is that? Right, let's take it to the next level. Let's do something with the shading. So what I'm going to do is make sure the object's selected, come up to shading just here. To make this more metally, we can actually click on this Metallica one there. I don't know if that was made by the band Metallica, but it's a good name to have. We can play around with the roughness and the metallic like that. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on this one, Shift D, and move it up like that. We're going to go down to the first one, zoom in, click on the color, and we're going to change it to more of an orangey one like that, so it gives us a bit of a golden texture. I'm using Control middle mouse goes left and right, Control Shift takes us up and down like that. The next thing we need to add is Shift A. We're going to add a mix shader, and that allows us to mix these two colors together. So I'm going to disconnect that, zoom in a little bit, take the output of that, put it into the bottom one of that one, the output of that, put it into the top one of that one, and take the shader out of that and put it into there like that. We now need to add our text, and the way we do that is we go Shift A, we're looking for an image texture, which is this one here. I'm going to hit open, and I'm going to navigate to where I got the image from. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. We now need to take the alpha output of this image and connect it into the factor of the mix shader like that. Look at that. How cool is that? The only problem with it is it's absolutely huge, and there's no way to control the size in this node. So what we're going to need to do is select all our nodes like that. Just going to move them to the left like that. Come to a blank area, click on your node, and then hit Control T, and it gives us this. And this texture mapping allows us to resize and put the text where we want it on the ball. So let's go in there like that. What I'm going to do, go in here, I'm going to change it to 3. Oh, didn't do it. Select like that and then type in 3, and look at that. Only problem is it's repeating all over the ball, and we can stop that. See this one here under the image? Let's change that, and we'll change it to extend. And now we can see it's just there. We need it to come up a little bit. What you need to do is see the location just here. Just play with that until you get it into the position that you want it to be. And that looks really cool. Let's edit our silver. Clicking on the object, go into the shading like that. This time we're going to come across to the right hand side. We're going to click on our top like that. Again, we're going to play with the metallic and bring that up and the roughness down, and you can see here it's done it really cool. Now the only thing I've realized, we don't actually have a loop for the top of our bauble, but that's easy to fix. What we need to do is hit Shift A, go down to curve just here, and we're going to add this circle like that, and you can see our circle just there. I'm going to go to the one view, I'm going to hit G and move that up like that. Clicking on that, I'm going to hit N, and all the numerical values come up just here. We're going to rotate it in the X value 90 degrees, and we get that. And what we need to do is hit Tab to go into the edit mode, and then what we can do is play around with this. Actually, let's select everything and scale it right down at first, somewhere like that, and then G, move it down. And what you can do is you can actually grab these handles like that and just move them by clicking the G key. Same for this top one. Looking good. Now we need to give it some geometry, and the way you do that is you come over to the right hand side and you click on this one here that says data, and you go down to geometry just here and see extrude. If we extrude that out, we get a bit of depth like that. Then what we're going to do is come down to bevel, and if you play with this one here, look at that. How cool is that? To get it to the right size you want it to be, you can actually dial it in if you need to. So we can say 0.02, and that looks good to me. Let's give it a material. So I'm going to click just here. I'm going to say new, and then I'm going to click just here and go down to top like that. Let's go back to the object mode, clicking here, object mode like that. So now we need to join them together. And the way you do that is, what we're going to do is rotate that up like that. We need to click on this one first, right click and hit convert to mesh. I'm going to hit 1 on the keyboard, come out, select everything like that, and then hit Control J to join. Now if I click on the glass, the bauble just there, and hit G, look at that. How cool is that? What we should do is come up to the top right hand side here where it says Bezier circle. Let's give it a proper name and we'll call that bauble. Let's add a floor. So I'm going to go to the top menu just here, Shift A, mesh, plane like that. I could scale it manually doing this, or I could hit S, 1.5, and it creates a big floor for us. Only problem is, as usual, the floor is through our object, so we need to hit G and Z to bring it down like that. Let's look through the camera. That's what the camera is seeing. Now currently our text is not aligned with the camera, so we can click on the object and hit rotate in the y-axis. Oh, not the y-axis, the z-axis. There we are. Let's just render an image and see what that looks like. Looking very cool. Let's just add one light. So I'm going to go to the top menu, Shift A, and we're going to add a area light, my favorite light. Go to the side. The light is below and actually inside our bauble. I'm going to hit G, bring that up like that. 7 to go to the top view. And what we'll do is we'll bring the light over here, go to the one view, and we can see it's pointing straight down. So hit R and then rotate it across like that. And if I hit 3, yeah, it's actually nearly in the right position like that. Now if I hit render, not really done a lot, and the reason for that is we need to go here and just increase the value. So let's give it a value of 1500. Let's hit render again. Looking very good. Save your scene out and we will use it in the big scene later. Right, all you need to do now is hit save. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. In the next one we're going to be making this present with a bow. To download the project, simply hit subscribe and then head over to my website. The link's in the description. And I will see you in the next one.